Hello and welcome to Movie Reviews by me, Michael Soren, for South of Normal. Today we're talking about Obi Wan Kenobi Part 6. And whoa! This series was so good, and this episode was the cherry on top. Like, yeah, the downfall of the series was the Reva story, whatever you want to call her. It was just throwaway in the end. It was just, that was unfortunate. Because she had a powerful story she could have had, and it basically just was a vehicle to get Obi-Wan back to Tatooine in the end. Some things aren't always going to be needed. It was needed for its purpose. It served its purpose. It was a juicy story that just kind of dried up real quick. But the episode starts with everyone's escaping Jabeam. Vader's chasing the right on their tail, and Kenobi realizes, look, Vader wants me, not y'all, me. Let me go over there. Let me go to this moon, and he'll go over there. You guys fix the hyperdrive and get the fuck out. And that's what happens. He convinces them that this is what needs to happen. Now, part of me wants to know, did they realize it themselves? Or was Kenobi using that mind power that he's got? We know he's got it. But Leia's pissed. She doesn't want him to go. It's kind of, their bond is the emotional nugget of this series. And it's just grown stronger and stronger throughout. And it's kind of, it hurts when she gets upset that he wants to leave. But then she gives him Lola for emotional support and touching. He gives her Tala's holster because she's a badass and needs a holster. On this moon that Vader and Obi-Wan confront each other on, you get so many emotions between them coming up. You got Vader's just hurt and pissed and wants to hurt Kenobi. Kenobi's just hurt and upset that he failed Anakin. But as he said, only one of them is leaving this planet. That's the premise. And then we get an epic battle. And this battle was so good. The fighting in this series was so good. Because it wasn't all flips and shit and acrobatics and parkour. It was just heavy hitting. I want to destroy you. I don't want to be flashy fighting. And Vader gets the upper hand. And because Kenobi's like, it's almost like he is trying to sacrifice himself because he feels that's the punishment he deserves for what happened with Anakin and what he's become. And when Vader chucks him into this pit and starts piling the rocks on him, we do see Kenobi in there holding everything above him, like just grasping at life, replaying all of Anakin's stuff, and it's just making him weaker almost, making him give in. And then all of a sudden it flips to the kids, to the happy times, to what the future is, and the feelings he has towards them, that he can save them, I guess is my take, is that he can right the past by changing the future. And it gives him that power of love and hope. Bursts out of this pit and throws the rocks everywhere. And he's got this, he's not in a place of fear and a place of loathing himself. He's in this place of hope, in this place of love, in this place of there is good in this world, like, worth fighting for. And the battle flips because Kenobi's got all these rocks in the air, which is a kind of a joke in and of itself because most people just think, oh, Jedis just sit around lifting rocks with their mind. And he just pelts the shit out of Vader. Oh my, this flurry of boulders just throwing at him, knocking him back. And then he gets to the point where he just starts beating on Vader's breathing controls, and then with a nice pirouette backhand smashes the helmet of Vader, and we get this emotional scene where Obi Wan's addressing Anakin, not Darth Vader, and he's like, I failed you," and Anakin and Vader, and "You didn't fail me. You didn't kill me. I killed me." Like, what? Oh, this scene was it was cathartic for Kenobi. It was just setting up so much stuff for future. It was powerful. It was emotional. It was just very heavy. And it was so good. Deborah Chow filmed it so well. She directed it so well, and it was the story she told. And then we go back to Tatooine. Owen's fighting off Reva because she's after Luke. She gets Luke, and they go into Beggar's Canyon there. Luke falls, knocks himself out, and now Reva's got to make a choice. Slash the shit out of Luke like Anakin did to all her friends, and basically her like psyche, even though she didn't die. And she's got to make a choice. She has all these flashes and all these things, and she chose good. She chose not to go down that path. Kenobi shows up. Then Reva brings Luke back. He wakes up. It's this touching moment where Kenobi tells Reva, "Look, you're not defined yet. You have a lot to do. This choice here means you're not Vader. Yes, you didn't kill Vader, but you're not a killer. This proves it. There's good in you yet, essentially." And that's the end of Reva's story. Like I said, it was kind of a throwaway story, just to get Obi Wan back on Tatooine. So then, now we're wrapping everything up. Leia's on Alderaan. Guess who came to visit? Obi Wan to bring back Lola. And he reassures her, "I'll always be there for you until you no longer need me," type deal, which sets up a New Hope thing. The fact that she calls him Obi-Wan but then calls him Ben in A New Hope kind of makes it think, hey, she's smarter than you realize as this kid, because she could have called him, even though she refers to him as Ben and Obi-Wan in A New Hope, so maybe I'm wrong there. Whatever. Vader's story wraps up. He's talking to Palpatine, talking about how he wants to get Kenobi, and Palpatine's like, "Look, you're consumed. Do we got to rethink some things?" And then Vader just, nope. Kenobi's gone. That's the power Palpatine has over Anakin. Vader is, he's just controls him just like that. And that's revealed there. It's just been evident since the prequels and all that, how much power Palpatine inflicts over Anakin and now Darth Vader, which it slowly wanes and wanes, as we see when Vader throws Palpatine in the pit. And then we get the conclusion of Obi-Wan on Tatooine, where he cleans up his cave, cleans out, and brings that toy to Luke again. Tells Owen, "You're right. I don't need to train him. He needs to be a boy. You won't you won't see me again." He finally gets to meet Luke, because Owen realizes this is an olive branch. This is him admitting, I was too focused on one thing. Let him live his life. I'm gonna go live mine. And then the final little shot is Qui-Gon's ghost appears to talk to Obi-Wan. Something I think everyone was waiting for to happen. And if it didn't happen, there might have been riots in the street. But it sets up a second season or even a one-off movie, because it basically feels like Qui-Gon's telling Obi-Wan, "You have a lot to learn. Let's get in the car. Let's go." And then they roll credits. But overall, this episode, I feel, was the best or second best. I'm still torn between 4. I liked 4's a lot. This one, I think they're neck and neck. I don't really have a leaning one way or the other. Maybe this one just because of the fight sequences, but check it out. Streaming on Disney Plus now. Obi Wan Kenobi Part 6, well worth it. Ties up a lot of loose ends. There is the throwaway story that has little payoff. But let me know what you think in the comments. Subscribe, follow along. You guys are awesome. Peace.